Are you a lifelong fan of General Hospital?
Are you a new fan who wants to know more about the history of the show?
Do you enjoy talking about the show with others?
Do you find yourself yelling at the TV?
Is your self-care an hour a day in Port Charles?
If so, we invite you to join hosts
Amanda Kimmel
and Shannon Coach at the place where all the hidden conversations take place and secrets are revealed.
Meet us at Pier 54,
a General Hospital fan podcast. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the General Hospital recap for December 16th through 22nd, week 2 of Amanda being sick.
I'm just dying. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, if you could not do that, I don't feel like holding auditions.
Just make sure you say nice things about me at my funeral.
Oh my gosh, there was a post the other day on Instagram. I was trying, whenever you open Instagram, it doesn't always stay on the first thing you see.
Yes.
For whatever reason, like automatically refreshes your feed. And I'm like, no. And it said something about, I so badly want someone to just be honest. Like, you know what? Sometimes they were a bit of a jerk.
No, I don't want you to be honest. I just want you to say wonderful things about me.
I wasn't going to say that. I'm just saying, because I always say, I'm like, don't tell anyone I lit up the room. I'm like, there are some people who don't like me. And that's okay. Because guess what? There's some people who don't like everybody.
Right. They're most likely not going to be at your funeral, though.
Right. Merry Christmas, guys. It's Monday morning and you're listening to this and we're discussing Amanda's funeral and the fact that people don't like you.
There you go.
That's the best gift that not everybody likes you. And that's okay.
Yes. Accepting that is a very important gift to yourself.
It is. Especially if they don't like you because of something that really matters. Now, if you're a jerk, then you got a problem.
Yeah.
All right.
Then you probably really don't care that they don't like you, though.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
See, lots of life lessons this Christmas morning. So anyway, we are recording on Zoom. Going to be thorough, but going to be quick, hopefully, for Amanda's sake, because she just needs to get some sleep. I don't think we really had any Port Charles pipelines, and I'm not going to go back and look right now just for the sake of time. Because we all know how we like to get off topic, and I feel like that's a good chance of happening this week.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that you're working on a Port Charles pipeline. I'm just going to, the Port Charles 411. I don't think we should announce what the topic is, just in case we do have to release a repeat. There's a good chance of it, just because I don't want you stressing out. And
thank you. I appreciate that. But I'm going to not be dying later this week. I
hope so. And I hope that we're able to do what you've been working on, because it sounds super fun.
Yes. So,
all right. So Hulu headlines. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I downloaded the wrong. It's not December. Oh, yeah. It's December 16th through the 22nd. No, it's the 18th through the 22nd. I wrote down the 16th.
Got it.
On Monday, Kristina's feelings for Blaze grow. Molly and TJ have received bad news. Trina stands up to Esme. Dante and Anna make a discovery. Brooklyn and Chase get into the holiday spirit. On Tuesday, Anna and Dante are in a dangerous situation. Sonny shuts down Cyrus. Carly is in trouble. Nina asks Michael for help. And Lucy shares her frustrations with Kevin. I loved seeing them together.
Yes.
On Wednesday, Stella and Marshall grow closer. Aiden and Elizabeth have a heart-to-heart. Dex grows concerned about Adam's behavior. Anna and Valentin come to a realization. Laura and Kevin fret about Charlotte. On Thursday, Lois and Tracy go head-to-head. So Aiden and Elizabeth had a heart-to-heart, and Lois and Tracy go head-to-head.
Okay.
Michael attempts to placate Ned. Anna turns to Kevin for help. I think I was sick that day because I don't remember that.
No.
Anna did not go to Kevin for help?
No.
Okay. So I'm not crazy. Cool. Spinelli puts Cody on notice, which I'm like, no, I definitely paid attention to that episode.
Yes.
And Dante updates Sonny on the shooter.
Mm-hmm.
On Friday, friends and family gather at the hospital for the reading of The Night Before Christmas. Kristina makes a case to Molly and TJ. Jordan puts Cyrus on notice. Esme has a holiday gesture for Spencer, and Carly is surprised.
I don't know about Carly being surprised, but okay.
I feel like a lot of these are kind of a stretch.
Yeah.
All right. Where do you want to start? Oh, I think first thing we should talk about real quick is the temporary recast of Joss as by Courtney Folk. A couple weeks ago, Ada McCoy's mom passed away.
Oh my God.
And that's likely why there's the temporary recast at this time. Forgot to mention that during one of the Port Charles 411s. So, definitely thinking of Eden. She's so young.
Yeah, that's awful.
But I guess we could just start there because that's the first thing that I have written down. So that happened early on. Where were they? They were leaving the dorm.
Mm-hmm.
And then saw Adam. Yeah.
And he was supposed to have caught a flight early that morning. And then he was like, no, I just canceled my plans.
That poor kid.
Yeah, I just don't know. I don't know what the point of this storyline is. Like, I don't get it. It's not that I'm not even happy with it or whatever. I liked that Joss was like, oh, it's Christmas. You can't stay here by yourself. Come to my family's house. And then she tried to give him her airline points for him to go home. And he freaked out. And so I loved whenever Dex was like, what was that about? And she was like, I don't even know. I have no idea.
I was surprised at Carly saying that she's enabling him.
Yeah.
If a college kid doesn't want to go home for school or for the holiday and is already jumpy and you already know all these other things, you have to assume that there's a pretty darn good reason.
Right.
Why? There's a young man at my son's school that last Thanksgiving, his parents wouldn't come pick him up.
Oh my gosh.
And wouldn't pay for him to come, take a bus or anything. And it was $50 a day for him to stay in the dorm.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, because he's like, can he come home? And I was like, I've never met this kid, your sister.
Yeah.
There's just, and then I wound up having COVID. So I'm extra happy. I mean, I am definitely someone who opens my home. So but I was like, you have to think of some things,
Yeah. But he wasn't staying, Adam wasn't staying overnight. She was just inviting him for dinner so that he wasn't alone.
Right. And so he wasn't having ramen.
Right. So, yeah, I just don't like I said, I just don't know where they're going with this. He's blown up on her several times. Are we just going to see him quit school and leave one day? What else are they going to do with him?
Mm-hmm. But he wrote Donna a Christmas song.
Yes.
Gift.
Yes. She's the cute girl. I just love whenever she's on screen.
And then Esme tells Trina that she needs to take accountability for her actions. And I understand Trina's response.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not liking that now Esme is starting to have flashbacks because I was really thinking, wouldn't it be nice if they at least get to a point where, and Trina said, I'm going to be cordial to you.
Right. We're not going to be BFFs.
Right. But if we were actually able to see that for a little bit before Esme gets her memory back.
Yeah.
Would have been nice.
Right. I was afraid that she was going to leave Ace with them and just disappear.
Yeah. Instead, she went to Wyndemere and started kind of retracing, putting together things that were popping up in her head.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to jump for a second.
I also thought maybe Nicholas was going to be there.
Yeah.
Because she was super sneaky.
I don't know if I'm ready for her to start remembering. I hope that she goes to Kevin.
Yeah, I don't think she's remembering she's going to revert back to that stuff. I think she's remembering oh man, I was not a nice person. And so if she can go to Kevin now and kind of work through it, I think that she'll be okay.
Well, and she apologized to Trina after she had her first flashback, right?
Right.
Because then she and Ace, the trigger was that she and Ace were decorating the tree and she remembered the ornament.
Right.
So, forgot that Spencer gave Joss a dartboard with his face on it.
Yes.
That was cute.
That was cute.
But yeah, Esme brought Ace over. I'm glad that she said, I'll be back later because I'm like, does she really not want to spend Christmas Eve, her son's first Christmas Eve with him?
Right. Right. Exactly.
But she was letting them, take him to the hospital for the reading. And
right. And she
all she had to say was she had a little bit of shopping to do.
Right. And she wanted to go investigate Wyndemere. If she wouldn't have had to go investigate Wyndemere, I think that she would have gone with them and just been part of the holiday festivities.
But I agree with that to an extent. I don't think this soon after she moved out where she's trying to draw that line between her and Spencer not doing things together. It's like maybe not for this holiday, but like next year she will.
Yeah. It was just very nice of her to give Ace to them.
Oh, yeah. We kind of just like blew through a lot of things, like touched on a lot of points at once. Was there anything else with, Donna and Carly talked to Bobby on the phone and Carly wants her to be home soon.
Yes, that was so sad. So sad.
Not ready to go there.
No, me neither. Donna's outfit for being the sheep for the nativity scene, that was adorable.
So they had a living nativity. Donna was a lamb. Avery was a shepherd. And Cyrus was supposed to be a wise man, but Martin replaced him.
Yeah.
But then he overheard Nina and Michael talking.
Yeah, I'm wondering what he's going to do. Like, how is he going to blackmail Nina? Or, like, why is he going to blackmail Nina? Because she doesn't have anything great. It's not the same as having information on Sonny.
No, but she has influence on Sonny.
Yeah. I don't know. He was just so creepy, like, lurking around listening to them.
But she basically said, Ned knows that I'm the one that turned your mom into the SEC.
Yep.
And she then tried to blackmail him.
Oh, that was so ridiculous. She's like, I'll tell your mom. And he was like, seriously, who do you think's going to have a rougher time with this? Me or you? And then she was like, oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. But I need you to, because if Ned rats us out, then you're going to have no leverage.
But then Michael goes to Ned and offers him voting proxy for his shares of ELQ. And then Ned promptly calls him out for doing Nina's dirty work and then turns it into blackmailing Michael. Come on, that was the moment that they could have started working together and been like, okay, listen, this entire issue was based on a ton of misinformation the whole way around.
Right.
Michael could have said, I understand why you think that I did it, but obviously Nina did. So let's move forward. Let's be Quartermains, and take her down.
Yeah.
But where did they really end that? I couldn't.
Ned took the proxy paperwork and said, just watch out for Nina because
I hope you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it. Michael said, basically he was doing it for Willow. And I think Ned understood that.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll see how that goes.
I don't know. Michael said to Nina, all right, I handled it. You better not cross me or you're going to not be happy.
I liked Michael this week. He was, we forgot to talk about him shopping with Donna last week.
Oh, that was so cute.
I think that's what infuriates us when we see the jerk.
Yes.
Is that.
Right.
And I think that they try to show him as being like Sonny, but Sonny there's just something different. I mean, obviously there's something just different about the way that he switches from sweet to mobster.
Right. I like that Ava was there and is like, Nina, are you sure you know what you're doing? Like, you better be careful. And she's like, oh yeah, I have it all under control. And I like that Donna was like, all I want for Christmas is to be with my sister.
Yeah. I loved Ava on Thursday telling Nina, how are you shocked that these people don't like you after all the stuff you've done to them? She's like, It amazes me that you still do that.
Yep.
She's like, no, that's not how that works. And Nina looked surprised.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, you've done some horrible things. She's like, why are you surprised that you've manipulated, you've lied, you've done so much to destroy these people's lives and they don't like you?
Right. What do you expect Michael to do? He's been raised to protect his family.
Right. I thought that was good.
Mm-hmm. I love Ava. We all know that.
Yes. But earlier in the week, she told Nina about the second gun.
Why would you keep that? You would assume that's the murder weapon. I would take it to the police immediately and be like, listen, I know you want to convict me, but I didn't do it. And here's the gun. Why would I be dumb enough to turn it into you if I did do it? Here you go.
Right. And so I also don't think that it's Nicholas stalking her because I feel like he would know about her gun and the case.
Right.
Because the note that was given with it, although I feel like everyone should just assume Ava Jerome has a gun.
Yes.
Oh, someone did write in real quick asking the difference between Olivia Quartermain and Olivia Jerome. So we're going to have to do Olivia Jerome sometime. If you don't know, yes, they reused the same name, Olivia. Olivia Jerome is Ava's sister.
Mm-hmm.
Olivia Quartermain is not. No, they're exact opposites.
Yeah.
I don't know, because then Dante and Sonny discussed who could have been threatening him and Anna and why they used a traceable WSB gun. Mm-hmm. So now we have two guns that are questionable in ownership. Do you fall asleep?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Your phone started to drop and I'm like, oh my gosh, she fell asleep.
No, I'm good.
So it's like we have the Austin gun and now we have the sniper gun.
Right.
Could it be the same person?
I don't think so.
I don't know. Like it's.
I don't know because I don't know how far Pikeman reaches all over the place to know if Pikeman would have something to do with Cyrus and then Austin, but I don't think they would be the same people.
That's what I'm trying to figure out because, like I said, I feel like this entire thing, although is it over now? Because so we learn Brennan's first name is John.
Mm-hmm.
And Carly was looking over, well, she wasn't looking over Sam's shoulder, but Sam was looking up information on John Brennan. She looked down. She's like, hey, I know that guy.
Yeah.
And they talked. And this is why I don't know how much Carly was trying to really get out of him. Like if she really thought that he was onto something now. Because she really seemed surprised by, oh, wait, he told me he was in security, which technically the S in the WSB stands for security. So
true. That is true. I just thought he was so stupid because he's like, oh no, you figured out who I am. If there's newspaper articles with your picture, someone is going to figure out who you are.
Right. And then, hold it. So we have to go to where Anna and Dante, wow. Okay. So before all that, Anna and Dante went to the morgue and they did kind of make the joke about how quiet it was.
Mm-hmm.
The 21 digits is a Swiss bank account.
Yes.
And Brennan found out that Dante had the report because that guy Roman had him followed.
Right.
And then Roman went to Pier 55 and had a shootout with Anna and Dante knocked him out. So then Anna and Dante go to Kelly's because Sam said, I know where he is.
Right.
And Brennan was arrested. Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
No.
That's it. I'm fine with that because Anna said, was it Anna or Dante? Anna said, do you think they're going to call Frisco in to clean up your mess? And I'm like, yes, call Frisco in.
True. True.
Let this all have just been a way to build up for Frisco coming home.
But then what's Pikeman been doing? Like,
right.
And then Dante even talked to Sonny about it because Dante's like, he's been arrested now. And
yeah, if
you have any gun,
better watch.
Like if you've had any dealings with him, I'm just letting you know. That can't be like the hook.
I don't know. I don't know where else they're going to go. They're going to have to tie it in with Cyrus and them then because there really was nothing else.
But then Sonny reiterated that he doesn't. They were doing the flashback to where Sonny said that Cyrus was Austin and Mason's boss. But then he says he doesn't think Cyrus killed Austin.
Right.
And the way that Sonny says it, it sounds like he doesn't think Cyrus had anything to do with Austin's death.
Right.
So like, I think that Sonny doesn't think he even ordered it.
I think I'm disagreeing with Sonny.
So it has to be someone is putting in, I think someone's trying to essentially get all the different mob families mad at each other.
Right.
Like a big mob war.
Yes.
Who better to do that than Olivia Jerome?
You're just dying for Olivia.
Or Faith Roscoe.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Miss Wu? She's not been around for a little while.
Right.
But she wouldn't do that.
No, she wouldn't, but she'd stand by Sonny's side and be like, you guys better watch out.
Yep. Yeah, we haven't seen her since Gladys.
Right.
That better not have been it of her.
That better not. No, they'll need her back for something.
Oh, yeah. And then after, Brennan was arrested, Anna went and told Valentin, and they broke up.
Did you cry?
No. I was sick. Well, I was sick, so my feelings were all messed up.
Okay. I mean, they broke up, but I feel like Anna is always very truthful, and she was truthful in that moment. She's like, I love you. I'll always love you, but there's no going back from this. You have to put your daughter first. She needs you to focus on everything, and we just need to call it and be done.
He said he knew if he ever had her, he would never be able to keep her.
Oh, geez. Yeah, he said that.
I'm sad about that, but I like how they did it. You know, it was finalized. It wasn't just we thought that they broke up because of all the Charlotte stuff, but it was a clean break. It was a mature adult conversation.
Right, right.
Neither of us can do this right now.
Yeah.
Sonny and Laura discussed Charlotte and Anna, and then Laura and Kevin went to the house, and Charlotte wound up going into her room to get something, and Kevin walked in to her wearing a necklace. Well, first, she was very proud of her wound.
Yes.
Her first battle scar, and then put on the necklace, and Laura's like, oh, that was Helena's. And then that was it for the week, right?
Right. Kevin said she was talking about, like, you could tell she loved this necklace. She likes strong people. That's who she wants to emulate. And she was like, oh no, doesn't she know Helena's bad?
Well, and she even said, you know, I worried so much about the influence that Nicholas had growing up in that atmosphere. She's like, it never occurred to me that it could trickle down to Charlotte, who was never really exposed to them.
Right.
So how is it that...
Then she looked at a picture of Lulu and was like, Lulu, I need you to come back. And I was like, yes, wake her up.
Yes, we do. She has to come back for Bobby.
Yeah.
I hate Zoom because we just said the same thing at the same time, but I don't think it picked up.
Aw.
Just imagine us both saying that.
Yes, exactly.
I think that was it about all that stuff. Oh, Jordan told Cyrus that he shouldn't be at the hospital.
Yeah, that was stupid.
And that's her putting him on notice?
Right. That was just stupid.
No.
Merry Christmas and walked away.
So then earlier in the week, Molly and TJ told the doctor about getting a new surrogate. And she's like, yeah, slow down. It's not that easy. And then at Alexis's house, everyone's like, well, that's not fair. You guys have been through so much. If people are on that list,
right,
they've all been through some stuff.
Right. And their last surrogate experience was super quick because she was being the egg donor and the surrogate. So they didn't have to do IVF. They just had to do an IUI, which is a very simple procedure. So how did you not realize that having to get an egg donor separate from the surrogate was going to be a more involved process? Especially
where one of them is a medical professional.
Right.
And it's like they were surprised that the pregnancy might not happen the first try.
Right. But I said I want to be pregnant, so it should just work. Okay.
But then at the Christmas celebration, Kristina's like, well, I can give you both.
Yeah.
I'm glad that they both didn't just jump on it, that they did go away and discuss it. And they were like, okay, we shouldn't talk about this tonight. And then TJ says, are you going to be able to think of anything else? She's like, nope.
Right.
So
right.
They at least tried. And then they decided that they're going to take Kristina up on her offer of being the egg donor. And TJ had a very fair point where he's like, it was different when it was going to be me and an egg donor that I could be removed from.
Right.
He's like, you're her sister.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's gonna...
Right.
If it works, that's amazing. I honestly don't know how I would feel. I mean, to be fair then, Kristina, it would be in the baby's life no matter what. So it's not like she would have to...
I just don't know how Kristina is going to feel watching Molly raise her baby.
Right.
So it's one thing when it's the egg donor because they are removed, like TJ said. But when it's your baby, I don't know how she's going to feel carrying that baby and delivering that baby and then just being like, okay, I'll see you in a couple weeks.
Right.
So, and I just thought it was weird that they did it at Christmas too. Like, that's not a conversation you'd have. Oh, excuse me, trimming the tree. So. Right.
But the look Jordan gave Alexis, I think, said a lot. So
yeah. And then over at Portia and Curtis's house, we had them doing Christmas and Spencer coming over and trying to be nice and Portia still being a jerk. Like, I understand wanting to protect your kids, but get over it. Like, Trina obviously really likes him. He obviously really likes her. Let it go until something bad happens.
And to seriously say to a young adult, to say to anybody who you know has been through some really difficult and painful and hasn't had the best role models in things, to say, what do you know about love?
Mm-hmm.
Basically implying or telling him you've never been loved.
Right.
That's just cruel.
Yeah. And he had the best comeback. He's like, honestly, I didn't know much about love, but your daughter taught me and I love her and I want to continue loving her for a very long time. And then he
turned on the lights.
Earrings. Yes, he turned on the lights. And then he went inside and was like, here's your present. And they were very sparkly diamond earrings.
And Curtis was kind of like looking at Portia like, all right, so do you still hate him?
Right, exactly.
Like, he just told you.
Oh, and Curtis announced that he's on the list for that surgery. But I still feel like they're announcing too soon, but okay.
And we saw Marshall and Stella reminiscing about Irene.
Mm-hmm.
And then dancing.
Yep. And
dancing a little too close.
Mm-hmm.
And almost smoochy smooch.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think that if my sister died, I'd end up hooking up with her husband.
This far removed, and at their age, like maybe just becoming companions. But do you think anything ever happened when they were younger? And that's what we're going to find out?
Oh, God, I hope not. No, I don't like that. That would like tarnish the whole how perfect him and Irene were.
But maybe it was before he met Irene.
No.
Okay.
I refuse to let you write that one. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm good with that. And she was all flustered.
Yes. She dropped the cheese.
In the charcuterie.
Yeah.
And then Gregory was going to ask Tracy to go skydiving. He told Alexis, and then Alexis was like, I'll go. And then at her house, Sam's like, just because you said you'd do something doesn't mean you have to do it. What?
Right. Your word actually does mean something. And I know she doesn't, it's not something she wanted to do, but she said she'd go. You do it once and it's done. Like, he's not asking you to do it every day.
And I guess it was just the way that Sam said it, instead of just saying, you can change your mind.
Yeah. She's like, I'll call Gregory and tell him that you don't have my permission.
Right.
Okay.
And she's going to do it for Scout because girl power. What?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I don't have to jump out of a plane to be a good role model for my daughter.
I hope not, because I'll never be doing that.
That is a whole new level for us to achieve, if that is now the bar that we are measuring being a good mother.
Yeah, no.
Or grandmother, too.
Mm-hmm.
And then we saw Lucy and Kevin. Why does it make so much sense that she and Martin would be double dating with Laura and Kevin? Why have we not seen this before?
It's so cute. And every time that she wanted to do something, Kevin was like, no, Lucy, no. Just stop thinking of that.
And he told her to go see Serena.
Yeah.
But I guess Serena has a new boyfriend.
Let them come here. We all want to see them.
I know. And then Scott comes over. And then he and Tracy wind up at the bar. Did you know that Tracy and Scott hooked up?
I did not.
I did not.
Okay, yeah. Because he's like, remember that time on that desk? And I'm like, whoa. Did I hear that right?
But do you know who they were talking about? When we were just doing the staff, remember there was that cousin Herbert and his assistant?
Yes.
That's the assistant that killed.
Okay.
So I thought that Alan was charged, but it wasn't really clear. It just said that the bottle had Alan's fingerprints on it.
Yes.
But so I think he defended her against killing cousin Herbert, but it was really his assistant who,
yeah.
I was like, we just never heard of this person before, at least in our time. I think they added that because we did the staff.
Yeah, it was all because of us. They're like, oh, we better add that. Like, I can't even imagine it. I'd like to find that on YouTube because I can't imagine him and Tracy.
I couldn't find it. Did you notice that the guy never made her drink, though? Like, he just kept wiping down the bar.
But then she threw it at him.
Right. But she ordered a drink. She said, dirty martini, no top shelf vodka, no such thing as too dirty. Love it. But then he nodded, and then he grabbed his towel and wiped down the bar. And then they cut away and came back, and he was wiping down the bar. And then they cut away and came back, and she had a drink to throw in Scott's face. But I'm like, you should have immediately turned around and grabbed a bottle of vodka.
Right. Make the drink before you finish cleaning up.
Yep. There was a lot of good Tracy this week. So she was missing Luke.
Yeah.
And then Ned found out about her getting deception and Brooklyn going back to work at it.
Yeah, he was not happy.
And he even called out Lois. He's like, who are you of all people to be supporting our daughter leaving the music industry to work in business?
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, Dad, I'm going to steal it back for my friends. He's like, oh, okay, you're good.
Right. And I liked that Lois was like, what about Lucy? And she's like, no, Lucy already said that she doesn't want to deal with me. So I'm just getting it for Maxie.
That was awesome.
That was.
So I'm glad that Maxie finally mentioned how Austin's death has impacted her.
Yes.
And Spinelli showed up drenched.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out to be a ploy between him and Felicia to get him to help her financially.
That was a good idea.
I thought that was cute.
She's going to be mad whenever she finds out about it, but it was a cute idea.
And then Cody came over to give gifts and gave some to Felicia and one for Mac. And Mac's in Argentina on a fact-finding mission.
Yes.
For what? I don't know.
Yep.
But Spinelli lost it when he saw him there.
Mm-hmm.
But then Sasha totally called him out, and she was like, no.
She was so funny. She's like, I don't know you very well, but that was totally uncalled for.
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy. He saved me. You guys even teamed up. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
And then Finale was like, oh, crap. I better go get him back or Maxie's going to be mad at me.
But then Sasha went to help Maxie with the kids. By the time Spinelli was out the door, Maxie knew about it.
Right.
But so his cover was that the pipes burst in his apartment.
Yes.
And thankfully, it only affected his apartment because they were able to shut off the water soon enough.
Yep.
But his apartment can't be lived in right now. So only his.
Yep.
But Felicia's starting to really question what's up with Cody. And Sasha's giving the, I know something face. Please don't ask me.
I know. That was so ridiculous. She kept looking away like, please don't look at me. Please don't look at me. As Felicia's like, he didn't even show me the paper.
Right.
Trying to think what else.
Tracy gave Willow a hard time for absolutely no reason.
Mansion. Got into it with, oh my God, Lois about the antlers. I was like, they're so cute. Just put on the darn antlers. I want a pair.
So one thing we should have been tracking is all the excuses as to why Monica's not been on scene.
I thought they always just said she was at a conference.
There's been a few, but there's also been a few times she was sick. So this time she twisted her ankle on ice, which I loved because that gave a reason for her to be in the wheelchair.
And Yuri's pushing her along like, here's Miss Monica.
Yeah. And she came home and she's like, Lois, you can stay as long as you want. Tracy, you can go somewhere else.
Right.
But then Tracy apologized to Olivia for calling her
bridges and tunnels. Someone that comes from the other side of the bridges and tunnels or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was weird.
And then Lois and Olivia correcting how you even get there from Bensonhurst. But you don't take the bus. Never take the bus.
Right. Brooklyn's like, the bus. And they're like, oh, God, no. No bus.
Take a ride share first.
Yes.
But then Tracy brought up a really good point to Olivia. So she did apologize.
She did.
But she even said, or Olivia was even like, did you mean it? And she's like, I apologized.
Right.
But she brought up, wait, you and Lois have never talked about the fact that you are married to her ex-husband?
I do not want them turning that into a thing, because then whenever Ned brought the eggnog over, Lois was like, oh, a man after my own heart or something like that. And then Olivia got that look like, oh, wait, do you want your man back? No, it has been years. She is not trying to scoop in on Ned, okay?
And was that this week or last week that she even said, like, our marriage may not have worked, but...
This week, him and her talked about how great Brooklyn is.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, she's not trying to get Ned, okay?
No. I would like to see them maybe have a little too many drinks and reminisce about some things.
Yeah.
Nothing overly personal, or more of the, oh my gosh, does he still do this? Oh, yes.
Right.
Things like that.
Yes. That's a typical ex-wife thing.
Right. But I think the reason why they talk so much about the transportation was to wear Tracy down, to wear the antlers. And she did.
Yes.
I just wish it had been Leo who had come in and been like, Tracy, why aren't you wearing the antlers? And I feel like she would do it for him.
Yeah. No questions asked.
But then earlier in the week at Rice Plaza, when they were going to see Santa, he said there was no Santa.
Yeah, I liked Blaze. She's like, I got this. And then explained that magic can happen at any time, even whenever you think it's impossible.
And he wants a 3D aquarium puzzle.
Yes. That sounds like that'll be very hard to build.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not about those 3D puzzles. I messed them up.
And then, Sonny was cute teaching Avery about negotiating.
Yes.
She's like, let's review. I wish that she had said something like, I accept your terms.
Yes. Because he said something along those lines. So I thought you had already accepted my terms of the first negotiation. She was like, no.
Mini boss in training.
There you go.
And then at Elizabeth's, Violet and Finn came over, and Violet was all upset and just really, really off because she had overheard, was it Chase and Finn or Gregory and Finn?
Chase and Finn talking about him getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Which she did with him having to go away.
Yeah. And Finn consoled her, which just means that he's going to wind up going to jail because he said that he wasn't.
I thought it was just a big fat fine the first time.
I don't know.
Could
be. That'd be nice.
Yeah. Because he pinky swore he was never going to go anywhere.
Yes.
Can't go back
that's what I'm saying. And that's why that means he will. Because he swore to his daughter.
You can't go back on a pinky swear.
But they were baking cookies, and Aiden and Liz had a great talk. And I really like how that was done.
Yes.
He tested the waters a little bit and was like, well, I kind of like someone.
Mm-hmm. And she did a really, really good job of not being like, what's her name? Because I feel like for most moms, that's just kind of where you would go. Even if you're not trying to decide they have to be one way or the other. It's just, that's the natural question. And instead she was like, oh, how do you know them? Blah, blah, blah. And then whenever he said the name, she was like, oh, he should have won at the science fair. His thing was so good, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. That was great.
Well, because she was picking up on him saying, yeah, they're in my class.
Right.
And then they just hugged. I really like that. I think that was probably, I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think all that's really left is on Friday, like the Christmas Day stuff. Sonny and everyone was at the church. Oh, we'll go back to that. Gregory talked to Brooklyn about, please just get married.
Mm-hmm.
And Laura and Finn read 'Twas the Night Before Christmas to the students or to the kids at the hospital.
They were so cute.
Mm-hmm. What was that?
Going back and forth with the storybook. That was cute.
I liked that. But then Sonny and everyone was at the church. They lit a candle for Morgan, Jason, and Mike. Nina was sad about Nell and was talking to Willow about that. And she's like, it's so weird to think that I had a sister.
It was evil because then she's like, don't you think that maybe Nell could have been reformed? And Willow's like, no, I don't. I don't think she would have changed.
And then Nina somehow gets it in her head that maybe she should confess her sins finally, asks the priest, is it too late for confession? Goes into the booth. Amanda, which side are you on? Are you pro Cyrus or pro Nina in this? I need your answer.
Oh, geez.
I know.
No, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to pick a side yet. I have to find out a little more information.
But I was like, this is such a difficult decision for Amanda to have an opinion on because Cyrus is trying to get info out of Nina. She hates Nina, but Cyrus creeps her out. So which one is it?
Yeah, I'm reserving my decision until next week when I have more.
I was more wondering who you're rooting for, I guess. I feel like you're probably going to wind up rooting for Cyrus because if it takes down Nina.
Probably, but I just need to understand what he's trying to do.
Yes.
Because right now I'm confused. And every time that they're in church, I'm sorry, I was raised Catholic, I'm Catholic, and I and just like laughing at all the times that Sonny's like, here, father, here's some money, blah, blah, blah. And they're like talking like everything's fine. And I'm like, I'm sorry. In the Catholic Church, you cannot get married 16 times to 16 different women. And even Nina's like, can I do confession? Like, she's never done it before. You don't just go in there to do it. Like, it's every church has their own process. There's a process for it.
Well, I think that's what she was asking the priest was, hey, I understand now's not like the time, but can I? Like, can you make an exception? Can we move forward?
Yeah, and they do have confession around the holidays, so it's not odd that he would make himself available. It was just odd because we've never heard her talk about being raised Catholic before. He has, but she never has.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I really don't. When I saw it with Cyrus in there, I was like, oh man, what are you doing? So I'm reserving my statements till next week.
So I really think that's it. I thought it was an interesting week. I thought I'm going to be really disappointed if that was it for the Pikeman thing, because I feel like we did way too much work to get there.
I agree, but I don't know. Sometimes they don't know what they're doing. And so this might have just been the prettiest way to wrap it all up and move on.
Or it's the beginning of something totally new.
Yes, I would appreciate that, especially if it brings back Frisco.
But especially to bring in first of all, we just gave him a first name, John.
Right.
And I feel like he's such a substantial character. You know how like sometimes people come in, you're like, okay, this is going to be a minute. I don't know. I felt like his presence was going to be, we forgot the fact that when he found out that Carly had been looking at him, he's like, now I don't know what I'm going to do with you. Like he threatened her.
Yeah, which is stupid because you think Carly doesn't know how to get out of a situation.
And he told her all about all the research that he did on her.
Yeah, which is freaky.
Yeah. But yeah, I just feel like there has to be more to him.
Yeah. There has to be a reason more than just being the head of the WSB for why he wants to get to Sonny.
Yes. All right.
Reality check.
So what's your reality check?
I've done nothing all week except for be sick. And Megan has been begging for a puppy for Christmas. And in my delusion of being sick, I agreed. So we now have a German Shepherd puppy.
Oh, boy.
Yep. So pray for me. He's adorable, but I'm not a dog person. And they're just so much more responsibility than cats. Cats are so chill and dogs are not.
I just think that they're a different type of maintenance.
There's just too much. But so far, knock on wood, she has been taking care of most of it because it is her dog and she is in love with him.
Well,
I
good.
hope that as he gets bigger.
Good.
So how about you?
I was also sick for a good bit of the week, but not as much as you. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'm glad not as much as me.
We had a holiday lunch at my daughter's school that JD wasn't able to get out of work to come to, but my aunt was able to come, so that was fun. My son came, so it was nice. I guess not really that much, just kind of like wrapping everything up, especially since I was sick. It was kind of low-key.
Yeah.
I had my last closing for the year.
Woo!
But I attended an online networking meeting on Wednesday that Mrs. Claus made an appearance and recommended you know how I love my professional development.
Yeah.
The Leadership Secrets of Santa Claus.
Aw.
I listened to it. Santa narrates it. And I listened to it yesterday as I was doing it was only an hour and a half on Audible. It's really good. I mean, it's a lot of common things that you hear about in business on ways to manage or whatever. But the way that he associated things like with the elves, it was really cute. I thought that it was really nice that Santa put out a professional development book. So
it's very cool.
If you're looking for some just light, it was just like a nice reminder because being only an hour and a half, it was just.
Right. I'm sure it hit the main topics, but didn't dwell on anything too much.
Exactly. But you got to hear some good stories about the North Pole. We're all Southerners to them.
That is so funny.
But yeah, so, all right. Well, we hope that you guys are all having a Merry Christmas. Don't know what Thursday's 411 is going to be about, but it'll either be a replay or something awesome. Well, it's going to be awesome no matter what.
It's going to be something awesome. I'm going to stop dying.
Okay. Well, I would like that even if we don't wind up doing a new 411. But
I appreciate that. Thank you. So have a good week.
And we'll meet you at the pier.
Bye.
Bye.
If you enjoyed today's show, we invite you to go to pier54podcast.com to subscribe on your favorite platform. Don't forget to leave us a review.
And you can also follow us on many social media channels. Just search for Pier 54 Podcast. Also, we are not perfect, so if there is something that we missed or messed up, just let us know by emailing us at pier54podcast@gmail.com.